What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Let Me Finish, Season 2.
Woo!
Isn't this crazy, guys?
We made it. Wild.
We made it.
Tell them your name.
Season 2. This is your boy, Dom. If you don't remember, go back 20 episodes and you'll be able to hear our names.
If we have new listeners today, we're happy about it.
You know what? You're right. You're right. We have a new social media presence now.
Yes.
So it's probably people who don't know who the hell we are. So yes, this is Dom, everybody.
And this is Greg.
And this is Antonio, the famous third of the pod.
Yes.
The famous.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a new tagline. Every episode, I'm going to do like a new tagline for myself.
We're at season 2. We're kicking things off this episode, and we're super excited to be back. It feels like it's been so long, and it's only been, a little...
It's been like a month and a half at this point.
It's been like 2 months.
Really?
Yeah. We're almost, because I think we stopped recording at season 1 like
September.
August.
Really?
No, it was August.
Oh, wow.
We didn't make, almost 2 months. So let's say that.
Okay, well, we needed the hiatus.
Yes, we definitely needed the hiatus just to take a break and live life a little bit, and so we can come back and have more content to discuss with everyone and just kind of reconfigure the podcast. And we're excited for some of the goals we have this season. So I'm looking forward to it. And how about you guys?
So looking forward to it. And we really stepped up our game, podcast being an auditory medium. Just to let you know, right now we're recording in a state-of-the-art studio.
Yes.
No, we're not. But we have new mics. We each have our own mic.
Yeah.
Gone is my old shitty musician mic that picks up every noise in the room.
Well, hold on. It wasn't a shitty mic. It was just that we were all 3 raw dog in one mic. And
yeah.
We really were.
That we didn't realize that wasn't the way to be podcasting, because now I look back at some of those old episodes I listened to, and now that we got separate mics, I was like, oh God, I sounded so terrible in so many episodes.
Just noises from other room. I remember one time Memphis was watching or just chilling on the couch the whole time. And then I remember listening to the podcast back, and I could hear the music in his headphones. The music that he was listening into his headphones, I could hear.
I definitely remember that, because little stuff like that just catches my attention so fast. And I remember that happening, and me sending him a text message during the recording asking him to turn it down because I could hear it.
But it wasn't his fault. The microphone that we were using was not meant for podcasting. It was meant for music recording. So it just wasn't the right microphone. So, but also I remember there were so many little sounds of bottles opening, my watch going off. We had that happen so often.
Yeah, when I would have ice, it'd be like.
When Round Rock Express was here with the puppy. And the puppy was moving around.
Skittering around,
all you
right?
could hear, it was like nails on a chalkboard. It was driving me crazy.
But that was cute.
That was cute. It was our little unofficial mascot for the day, and he was so good.
Yeah, no barking.
Yeah, no barking at all. He was just a treat to be around, but
just a little pats on the ground from his nails. So it's cute.
Pitter patter. But we have mics for each of us. Antonio got really into the producing, the audio engineering. So we're grateful for that.
Yes, I've added audio engineer to my actual title. So I believe in manifestation. So I literally added it to my bio on my Instagram.
I love that.
I'm an audio engineer, because if I write it down, if I put it somewhere, I'm going to do it. So
oh my goodness, can I put audio editor?
Yeah.
What would I put? Recorder, sound.
Podcast host.
Yeah, podcast host.
Engineer,
yeah.
Also
I mean, I got the laptop open. I got the track up there. Yeah. I mean, okay, let's manifest this.
The fact that you had an audio interface, I learned that from you. So it's hey, we're both engineers.
We got new titles, everybody.
Yeah, we got new titles. We'll introduce ourselves next week as audio engineer.
And you guys are our witnesses, so if we put you down for references, don't be surprised.
Really, just say that we were a pleasure to work with, and we always had a good attitude, and we were always on time.
We're a family, so you lie for me.
I've lied on so many people's resumes before.
Oh, yeah. And you've been the reference call before, right?
I think, did you put me down as a reference call before?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
I don't think I got the job either.
One of my friends back home was in the military and was trying to get jobs within the military. So he was trying to gather as many cover letters and letters of recommendations as possible for the job that he was trying to get. Mm-hmm. And he reached out to me and asked if I would write one for him. And I was like, man, it's been years. We haven't worked together for years since we were in high school.
It is interesting. Yeah, there was this one guy that used to be underneath me, and in terms of his role or whatever, and I'm always the reference call guy, and I'm like,
that's crazy.
Was it that pleasant working with me?
Right. But yeah, so a lot has happened since the last episode of the podcast over a month ago. So we're just going to catch up a little bit, let you guys know what's been going on since the hiatus we went on. Who wants to start?
I want to start just because, for the simple fact, we haven't talked about it since we've been like setting up and testing audio and catching up. And Antonio was a little late, and we weren't mad about it. But
I'm always
where was I
late.
even going with that? Oh, I'm number 1 in fantasy football. I'm 4-0.
Yeah, and Greg had the worst draft score.
It was rated D+, and it just shows you that if you work together as a fantasy football team, you can gel and you can really like be undefeated.
It
What?
means those pre-stats don't mean shit.
What does that even mean?
Those
Pre-stats don't mean anything because
shit.
Joe Burrow was.
Man, fuck him. I'm sorry.
You took him out, I saw.
Yeah, because I'm hoping he gets better, but every game just trash. So, sorry, I'm losing, so that's why I'm a little bit mad. I'm not last, but I'm tied for last. And last season I won, so this is very upsetting because I got an A+ on my score. And
yeah, you're hovering right around where I was last year. So
And just so everyone knows, Greg had one of the lowest drafting scores, and Antonio had the highest drafting score. You had like an A+
fucking auto draft.
for
Sorry,
your
I'm cursing.
auto draft, I
drafts.
did auto draft too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I let it ride, and then Yahoo Fantasy. They auto drafted, and then they had the gall to rate my team a D+. I'm like, y'all picked it.
It was you.
You picked it.
And then the AR did a really dirty draft review.
Yeah.
For you.
And I changed my team name to nothing but a G thing because I'm G. And it was like, I think this season it's gonna be nothing but an L thing. I was like, damn, hey, I just got some sick burns.
Yeah, they didn't let up on anybody.
That's harsh.
But yeah, so I'm excited. This season in fantasy football, we have 2 extra people. So I think the drafting was more balanced than it was before. So it was least likely everybody was going to get a bunch of like superstars, players,
Right, it's a little bit more evenly distributed.
Yes. You see that in the point differential each week.
It's close.
How close it is for everybody's game, even if they didn't have the best draft,
Well, the issue I'm having is all my good guys, all my top dogs are getting injured. So like all my guys who give me 20 points are been out. But I got Cooper Kupp back.
Starting to happen.
I hope he goes
to
off.
me too. I mean, tight ends have been horrible. Defense has been horrible. Running backs have been good.
Yeah. My team is pretty much like in the middle. Like that's where I always am. I can never be.
Did you auto draft?
Very good. A few people, and then I selected certain ones. I'm never the worst, but I'm also never the best. I'm always top 5. Last year I was 4th place. In the other seasons I've done it, I've been in 2nd or 3rd. I'm always like top 5, but I never can get the win.
See,
like,
that's a good
I never
place
can
to be.
get the win.
And honestly, you have more points than I do. So I'm just like, if I lose this week, it's gonna be your dad, maybe you. Honestly, are you 2nd now?
No, I think I'm 3rd now.
You're tied for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah,
you should
something.
be tied,
Yeah, I don't
Dom,
know.
you're tied for 2nd, but you're behind by 1 point.
That's what I'm saying. You could have a big
1.10.
week.
Last year my team had the most points out of any other team,
And you were in 4th place.
and I was in 4th place.
So you always play people on like their best week.
Yeah,
I think
that's how it always is.
I think I've been playing people on their worst week every
I'm
time.
like, man, what is going on? Like, if you look at the scores from some of the games last year, like I scored really high, but the person just had a good week.
Dominated. Somebody just had a freakish week. Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm glad Greg got to flex his 4.0 4 and 0 losses in fantasy. So
yeah, and
that's
that's
good, though.
all that's going on with me.
Yeah.
So who else wants to go?
No, there's other things that's been going on. You went to Mexico.
I went to Mexico for a wedding.
Again?
Gorgeous. Again, I went to Mexico. Yes, dual citizenship.
we know.
But not bilingual. It's very difficult. And yeah, just got back from Chicago. Had like a social event that my company hosted, and I brought in. I mean, this is I guess confidential, maybe I don't know, but brought in the Chicago Bulls, and they came to the party.
Wait, what?
Like the actual team?
No, I wish. No,
like
just a
representative.
representative of it. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's
So
big.
hopefully
I
we'll
was
be
like, hold on.
working with him in the future.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, and I did it. So the people were thanking me and everything.
As long as you get credit for it, like sometimes one thing I've learned in business is sometimes like even in I do freelance stuff. Every now and then somebody I work with like a year ago will reach out to me. So those connections really do matter.
Yeah, and
so
that's something you
awesome.
could add to your resume as something that you
right
did.
next to sound engineer.
Yeah, right next to it.
Sound engineer for the Chicago Bulls.
Let's brag a little bit. Greg also bought a car.
Oh, damn.
I don't think we've talked about that.
I think he mentioned that at the end of last
I've been
season.
going through a lot during hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I had like almost...
he was still shopping.
I was looking.
Yeah,
Because y'all gave me a pep talk, yeah. It really wasn't that serious. Yeah, I got a 4Runner. It's, the basic trim. It's not TRD. I have some issues with it, but it's a dependable car, and I need to be grateful that I'm able to get a car, Yeah,
I'm glad you that other one gave you a lot of stress.
So much.
And that ended up going to like a family member.
No, it was so bad. I had to jump it like 4 times to go pick up the new car.
Wow.
And at one point I was like a block away and I was jumping it.
Wow.
And my salesman drove by on a test drive with somebody else. And we just locked eyes. Because he was saying that he could get it up to like $5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
It was at $4,000. And, when I signed the dotted line, it was at $4,000. I didn't say a thing because I don't want to push it.
Actually, that's pretty good because I was thinking when you were talking about selling to a family member, I thought if you have that many issues, even though you're selling it for cheap, you shouldn't give it to someone.
Well, I wouldn't have had a warm feeling. I had bad juju about it. But,
you don't want to end up on people's court. I'm
even though it's family.
I'm an avid people court watcher.
Yeah.
They would have took you to court because you would have won because it's an as is sale.
Yeah.
Regardless,
but it was a lemon. It sounded like it was a lemon.
Right. I didn't want to put my nephew in that thing.
Well, good. Well, it sounds like you've been adulting a lot.
I guess I have. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
And Tony, you want to go next?
Yeah, I got a couple things that happened while we were on our little hiatus. One of the things I did, which is random but kind of planned but kind of random, was that I jumped 14,000 feet out of a perfectly fine plane.
Wow.
I'm glad that it was perfectly fine. That's important.
Yeah, but so skydiving is something I've actually wanted to do since my 30th birthday, but I think I didn't plan it in time, and I couldn't find anybody that wanted to go with me at the time. I think we weren't friends when I was 30 at the time. So
No.
I didn't know you guys
I think
yet.
like 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like Greg might have done it with me. Would you do skydiving, Greg?
Back then, probably more so back then than now.
Okay, so that's a now. So, which is fine, right? So I wanted to do it on my 30th, but I couldn't find anybody to do it with me. And then my friend Chris randomly he had told me about it like a month prior to, but he kind of just told me like, hey, I got some friends that want to go skydiving. If you want to join, let me know. I said, sure. And it was kind of just like one of those, whatever.
Yeah.
And then as the weeks approach, he kind of would mention it, but it didn't seem official until like the week before. He's like, hey, we're going next Saturday. You want to go? I'm like, yes. How much is it? And literally a week later, I'm jumping out of a plane. And what I'll say about skydiving is it's scary. It's extremely scary, but it's so, I can't even describe it. Jumping out of a plane and literally looking down and just seeing plots of land and clouds, and literally you're free falling for 1 minute, 60 seconds, and it feels like forever, but you're free falling before the parachute opens up. The amount of wind and the pressure, there's nothing like it. And I'm going to do it again because I already prepaid for my next session.
No way.
Yeah, they gave you a special. Once you jumped, if you bought it before you left, it was $100 instead of paying like $250, $280.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay, I might as well. So I do have another jump that I can use anytime. So
That's really cool.
Oh my gosh.
You know, some stuff like that, I can see how it sounds attractive to people, how people would want that experience, that freedom of, free falling down on the sky. It does not sound attractive to me.
It's like an absolute total loss of control.
yeah.
Yes.
You have nothing between you and the ground except for the parachute that you hope it works, and the guy that's like
And you're hoping he knows what he's
genitals in
doing.
your what?
And I'm sorry, the guy that's tied to you, you're hoping he knows what he's doing. But the fun thing about it is they do it like it's nothing. Like literally after we did it, there's a huge build up. I'm getting nervous. The plane's going up. And to him, it's just, all right, we'll be in 5 minutes. We're going to jump out.
Yeah.
And then when we landed, I'm like kind of shaking up. I'm like, holy fuck, what just happened? And he's like, I need you to sign this. I got like a jump in 15 minutes. To him, it's like an Uber ride. It's like an Uber ride to him. He's just like,
yeah. To not be like affected by it at all.
Yeah.
To not even need to get your bearings a little bit, be windblown or anything. He was just like, Okay, we're done here.
Yeah, like, hey, that was fun, but like, I got somewhere to go. It was
Yeah,
kind of like that.
yeah. What are you doing today? Is what he asked you.
But I want to segue into something else. So I did self-diagnose myself. I have to say this because I've not been technically tested, but I have self-diagnosed myself with ADHD. Because of TikTok, because I watched a bunch of videos, I did some research, and what happened is I'm just scrolling one night, I see a video, and I'm like, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in a rabbit hole of what ADHD is and symptoms and like whatnot. And every video was like, I've done that. I've had that feeling, that exact reaction.
Procrastination.
Oh my God, yes.
Now you're on ADHD. That's your algorithm. So
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's a continuous feedback loop, right?
Yeah. But the thing about it is like, the way I'm operating with the information now is that now that I understand myself better, it's making me understand why I've done certain things in the past. And it makes things make sense. So I'm not using it as an excuse for anything to say, well, I'm ADHD, so that's just how I am. It's just more like, okay, now I understand how my brain operates better. Now I can like be more, what's the word I'm trying to say? I can be more intentional about the things I do and how I react. So like overcommitting is one thing I would do, and saying yes and having my mood changed in 2 days, like just a lot of things. But I will say this, there is a connection with ADHD and me skydiving, because one of the things I realize is a habit of some people with ADHD is dopamine fixes.
Yeah.
I need like excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like routine to a certain extent, but I need things to like excite me. So skydiving, as scary as it is, I learned that a lot of people with ADHD do things that are like risque to some extent in many forms of life.
You're saying that ADHD people are more promiscuous?
There's a theory behind that.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, let's unpack that for a second.
It can go deep.
No
pun intended.
Now that you're realizing this about yourself, does it give you like an insight on like why certain relationships didn't work?
Absolutely.
There's a relationship, missing that excitement.
There's a relationship aspect to it, and one thing I read is like why people with ADHD have trouble with long-term relationships. And I read, when I went down that rabbit hole, which is separate, I was like, that literally is me. So it made a lot of sense. So it helped me connect a lot of dots about my past relationships, past friendships, current friendships, people I've had trouble interacting with. It connected a lot of dots for me. So
good.
It's been a learning process, I'll say that.
So what's the next step? Are you getting on medicine, or are you just learning how to control it?
So I did research on medicine too, and there are benefits to that. So I do want to officially get tested, and I do want to get on meds. But one thing I did learn is that meds aren't the end all be all. They don't just fix it. Like, you still have to do the work. So I'm glad I'm doing the work now to learn it better, learn how my brain operates, because there's no one way to operate with ADHD. Like, everybody's a little different.
Right.
So right now I feel like I'm in the process of still understanding how my brain operates with things. And then once I get on meds, I think it'll help that a little better. But it's helped me give myself grace, because I'm very hard on myself. I think you talked about this.
Oh, so hard.
And you are too.
Yes.
I'm very hard on myself about a lot of things, and I beat myself up a lot. But this has helped me give myself grace to understand that it's just how you are.
Right.
So just understand how you are and how to operate within that, instead of beating yourself up about it. So.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And as somebody that's like been on ADD medication for like 7-8 years, like, it's not the end all be all, you know? You still got to learn how to control your willpower and your mind and your brain, you know, and work. Yeah. I think piggybacking off what you said.
Yeah.
Like, I've been going through some realizations and changes and looking at some of sort of behaviors and like trying to like change things. And it's just like, I'm trying to read a book on willpower, and it's basically like saying like where in your brain is connected to like making decisions that'll like affect you long term, and then the other one that's the pleasure center, when you're just like immediately immediate gratification.
And there's a fight with that too.
Yeah. And I've never even thought about my brain like that, I don't think. So I think that's helped to be like, wait, you can structure your brain how you want to, start like building synapses. All that to say is like medication might not be the thing, because it is fucking addictive, right?
Yes, so that's why I haven't rushed to get on medication, but I still want to explore that route with the learning I'm doing, so maybe both will help together. But like I said, the one thing I've learned is that medication isn't the end all.
Well,
it doesn't just magically fix it.
It sounds like you've been doing a lot of like self journey.
Yes,
I guess kind of just learning yourself
self-discovery
during the hiatus. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
There's a there's a huge mirror that I have now, like huger than it's ever been, where I'm looking at myself and looking at everything I've done. And instead of looking at outwardly at someone else and why they did something, it's like, well, how do you feel about it? Why did you react that way? So I understand my reaction to certain people and certain things now. So
well, cool.
Yep, okay. Self-realization and knowing yourself, I think, is a
big thing.
Yeah, big journey, especially for our age. What about you, Dominique? Did you have any realizations over hiatus? Did you have any
changes?
Changes.
Not necessarily changes, I would say.
You saw Beyonce? Sorry.
A lot of, I did a lot of like entertainment
and
stuff.
And Victoria Monet.
Yeah, and Victoria Monet. I went to a few concerts during the hiatus that were planned. I went to go see Beyonce, which was an amazing concert. We had a really, really great time. We had really, really great seats for it. That was my first time seeing her live. And to be able to see a legend like that live in person.
At the top of her form.
You know, like I was really young when Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5s were like performing and experiencing that type of like legendary performer. I would say Beyonce's the first time I've ever experienced that in my, adult life, or since I've been able to go to concerts.
Can I ask, was Blue Ivy there?
She was there.
Nice, okay.
She was dancing?
She was on stage with her mom performing.
That's dope.
And it was just like a magical moment to see someone that you've always been a fan of, and you've finally been able to see them in person for the first time. So I have a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. It's definitely an experience that I'll never forget. And if I have the opportunity, like, we don't know if she's going to ever go on tour again.
Right, or we don't know if this is like the peak of her powers, because it kind of feels like it is. It kind of feels like this is the height.
She is 40, so I mean, I know she won't be dancing as much. Apparently, I heard she doesn't dance as much as she did.
That's something that you definitely noticed, that the mic was definitely on the entire time.
Like it's her singing.
So she was singing her butt off.
No backtrack.
But as far as like performance, she still put on an amazing show, but she's not getting out there dancing, hitting every move that the young dancers he has behind her is doing. So you definitely, that's something that you can tell, but that comes with, growth and being a legend. I ain't got to get out there and do all that.
Right. I can sing my ass off.
I can sing my ass off.
But what's crazy? We grew up with Beyonce, because I remember, like, we're all close in age. So I remember, like, Destiny's Child being on, like, BET. What was that show? 106 & Park?
Yeah.
Like, Top 10 Countdown. Like, that was our childhood. Now we're in our 30s and she's still killing it. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
So many people have come and gone. So the fact that she's still here, you got to see her live, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, she's definitely a living legend right now, and she's still putting on fabulous shows.
Side note, I feel like me and Greg are the only gays who didn't see Beyonce.
I know. I did not. I was not prepared for the story.
A lot of gays
every
there.
Story was like every person I knew.
I feel like I've seen a concert, actually.
I really did. I feel like I was just like, okay, that was cheap. I mean, that was like, I just had to pay my internet bill so I could.
My Wi-Fi works.
But it was a great show. We had a great time. That same weekend, we went to go see Victoria Monet. Some people are aware of her. She's an up-and-coming R&B artist out here killing it. She's been around for a long time as a writer. She's wrote for so many different people. She writes probably half the songs that Ariana Grande sings.
Oh, wow.
Because they're like best friends. So she came and she put on an amazing show at the House of Blues. We were very close to the stage, and it was really fun. We had a great time. And there is something that I wanted to say.
Okay.
Because before we went to the concert, we went out, and apparently my co-host over here felt some type of way because he felt like he wasn't invited to this concert. I ain't gonna say any names or which co-host I'm referring to, but
that's what you talk about from hiatus.
Because
I don't know about this story.
But you knew we were going. I had brought this up several times.
No, but I didn't know that it was like going to be a group thing. I thought it was going to be like a you and Memphis thing.
It was a me and Memphis thing.
I mean, it was just funny because all the people I hung out with on Friday were like, "Oh, we're all going to a concert together."
We got podcast beef. Let's go.
Yeah.
I felt the way they were explaining it is like you felt hurt because you thought we intentionally.
Oh wait, I thought I told you about it.
No, I didn't hear this from you. I heard this.
And you know that they made it sound a lot worse than it was.
I heard this from a third party, so I was like, I'm gonna bring it up whenever I see him, and now I'm seeing
a third party that tends to exaggerate. I was like fake mad,
But yeah, so yeah, I went to some concerts over the hiatus, and I have one more coming up. I'm going to see Doja Cat in November.
Oh, that'll be good.
So
Did you like her new album?
I
Be
did.
honest, really?
The album is great.
I like it too.
It's
Really?
Yeah.
Doja,
I need to give it a chance.
Doja's rapping her ass off on that album, and I think she wants people to take her serious as a rapper. And this album pretty much did it for me. There's no demonic stuff at all on the album, which is crazy.
But is there like a hit like on her last one? That's the only thing. I listened to like half of it. Same with Drake, where I was like, "Where's the hit?"
I mean, she had a #1 single with "Paint the Town Red."
Yeah, that is good.
Just, people
It's not really a hit. It's a good song. It's not. It doesn't have that hit.
It's
like,
a #1 song in the country right now.
Oh, it's good. No, I like this. I like the album.
I mean, it's a hit as far as radio is concerned.
Right.
I guess you can say that's her first solo #1 song. So I mean, that's the hit. I think people kind of got scared off with like the demonic stuff that she was doing. Her
And the
trolling.
I hate all my fans thing.
Yeah,
It's more of that than
more of
anything.
that. But
yeah.
it's a great album. The album is really good. So I'm excited to see her live for sure.
I can say I like the album because I'm not a huge fan of female rap because so much of the female rap now, the popular female rap is so much
Sexual.
Some people call it pussy rap.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is. And I'm just like, I can't, it doesn't do it for me. I can't
Yeah.
listen to like, okay, there was one day, I remember when like that Sexy Red song got really popular, Pound Town. So,
Sing it.
no. I'm not. Listen, if
Just
you
give
wanna,
us a bar.
Google Sexy Red yourself. Just Google Pound Town. You'll figure
You're
it
not
out.
a fan of Sexy Red?
It's not that. It's just that. So one day I went on Spotify. I'm like, let me go listen to her and see what else she got. And then you know how like Spotify will recommend other artists. So it recommends other female artists. And I went down this rabbit hole of like 5 female artists. And obviously Spotify is going to recommend similar music.
Yeah.
And this is not that all female artists rap like this, but it was all pussy rap.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Suki with
oh,
good pussy.
her. I can't do it.
Can we say pussy on the podcast?
Yeah, I think
I've
we've
said it 3 times, so
Pussy.
we
We've
don't
said a
say
lot
it.
of other words.
Get
Okay,
my shit
so
off.
you don't like it because it's sexual, but it's about like the
Women.
female sexuality. Like,
It's
what
just
is your?
it just doesn't. I can't. Like, there's a lot of music I don't like. Like, even like I can't listen like to hardcore. Like when I was younger, like gangster rap, hardcore shit, like street rap. I used to listen to it because I was from Atlanta. That's all I grew up with. But even that I can't listen to now because I need some type of content, some lyricism. So like pussy rap, I put in the same category as like heavy street rap. I'm like, this doesn't mean anything.
It's
just
not for
fluff.
me.
Yeah,
I get it.
Maybe
So-
I aged out of it, but it doesn't do it for me. So
Do you like, what if it was a gay male rapper?
I don't listen to what's his name.
Saucy.
Yeah, like I
Saucy.
get he's
What's
actually
the-
catchy.
What's the white guy?
There's a white
A
guy?
white gay rapper?
Yeah, he's a white gay rapper.
I'm not familiar with.
Macklemore.
No, is Macklemore gay?
There's a white. Wait, there's
he
a
had
white
the
gay
song
rapper.
about gay people.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a white gay rapper.
His name is
Research
Yeah,
department, come
y'all
through.
keep
I just know
I'm
Saucy
gonna-
Santana, which I get Saucy. Saucy Santana is basically a gay female rap. In a like,
Yeah.
he raps just like the girl, so it's all in the same category to me. Like nothing wrong with it. That's just it's not my cup of tea.
I get it. A lot of times for me, it's like the beat, like the beat selection is so important for me for like a song, you know?
For sure.
I can listen to a song and be like, wow, the lyrics are incredible, right?
Yeah.
But it starts with like the beat,
The beat's got to catch
you know? And I will say,
Or vibe
I don't
or
want to overgeneralize, but if you're calling it pussy rap, I tend to just not respond to the beat, and it's similar to like the
Okay.
like maybe the more street sound I'm not into. I think I'm more
Fair.
into like just hip hop.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like there's different like people. Some people who don't understand hip hop will put it all together and lump it, but we know that because we listen to it. There's different like subgenres of it. Tiers,
yeah, but not tiers because it's not a ranking.
yeah,
it's
not
just
tiers, but there's
different
different
families.
like there's different ranges of it.
Yeah,
like-
we need to go to a concert though.
Yeah, we remember we used to
We
me
went
and you
once
were on a
month,
concert.
bro.
2018, 2019. Me and you had like the heaviest crazy
Every week
concert
to the
run.
point that it would get to the week of a concert to be on Tuesday, and we'd just be like, "Do you want to go? No. Do
Yeah.
you want to go?" There was a couple times we just like paid for concert tickets that we didn't even go to.
But they were cheap. Like they
We
weren't
also
like
went-
they weren't like $100 tickets. They were like,
Yeah.
$20, $30, $50 tickets. And
We
yeah.
saw Vince Staples, Tyler the Creator. Who else? We saw Big Crit,
We saw Boss.
Boss.
Who else did we see?
What else? Did we see any like kind of rock? No,
No.
that was fun. What was the concert we didn't go to? No Name.
It might have been maybe something like
What,
that.
is
Yeah.
isn't that a female?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she hasn't released any music in a while, so
I think she just maybe released an album, but I didn't hear it.
So, I mean, I Googled gay white rapper.
You made that up.
And Macklemore comes up.
He had a song about, like,
he made a gay
people.
song, like gay-friendly song.
Oh,
when he was in fifth grade, he
what the
thought he was
hell?
gay,
I
but
didn't know that.
He turned out heterosexual.
But I did find the person I was looking for. His name is Big Dipper.
I've never heard of this.
I've never heard of Big Dipper, and also
you've never seen him.
That name is trash.
But also, it took you 20 minutes to find this guy.
Wait. He's not okay. I think I've seen this guy, but he's not like a real gay rapper. He's like
he is. He has like albums and like.
But I think he like raps and only
stuff.
gay people listen to it. Like he's not like anywhere near mainstream.
No, well, I don't know. I don't listen to him. I just see him on like social media and stuff.
Yeah, I think I've seen him, but he's not.
But all of his music is very sexual and.
Yeah, so basically sexual based music, even if it's from a male perspective, I just don't like talking about fucking, and it just doesn't do it for me.
I get you. So. Well, that's what I've been doing during the hiatuses, going to concerts and just kind of just like chilling. One thing I kind of realized about myself.
What?
I don't think I really have a passion for like what I'm doing as far as my career right now.
That's real.
I think I'm going through that little funk right now. So I'm just trying to like figure out, what happiness looks like for me in a work setting.
Yeah.
And
interesting.
I feel like it kind of gets kind of gray when it's kind of like I feel too old to start over. I just don't want to start over. I work so hard.
Yeah,
starting over is hard, trust me.
It is, and I just feel like I just don't want to do that. But also, like, do I just put that before my happiness?
Well, I mean, is it just the profession? Is it just the industry? Is it just the role?
I think it's a little bit of the industry and the role almost. It's like, I don't know. I don't feel motivated like I used to be. I'm still performing. I'm still, got a check to get, and I still want to keep good relationships. But man, I just kind of want to do something different.
I get it. No, I get it. It's not for lack of like you could see yourself advancing there and moving up. It's not that. It's just like, do I want to advance?
Right.
Even that's
tough. I want to do something more social.
More social? Yeah, I get tired of being at home. I get so tired. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread when I got my first remote job, and then it's like 3 years in, and it's just like, it sucks because you just maybe don't see anybody all day long, right? And then you try to do something social or you work out, and you're kind of like, I don't know. It's not that I miss being in the office, but just it's a little bit isolating.
Because I know once I have to start going and getting up in the morning and actually being somewhere.
And having to wear like clothes.
I know. That's kind of, I'm going to hate it. But
where people know that you wore something like Tuesday.
Right.
You can wear 2 things in a row, right? You have to wear pants.
I can't relate to any of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of like the funk that I've been in for a little bit. But other than that, I've been great. I've been spending a lot of times with my friends over the hiatus and got some great stuff coming up here within the next couple of months or so. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
Okay. I mean, but on the fact of your job, like being, kind of feeling like, is this it?
Mm-hmm.
I've been there, right? And like, why am I not doing something more exciting?
Right.
Or like, why am I not doing something more passionate about? What could I have done differently in the past? Because I got a film major. I moved to LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've worked through that because it's like some people get to do what they love and some people don't. And that's how like society is able to exist. But like if you're doing something that you aren't passionate about, maybe like Antonio, like you make your own personal life your work of art. Like instead of, if you're not like, if you feel like you didn't do anything great, like you didn't write a fucking screenplay or something like that, it's like you're your own work of art. So if you live your best life and you have a good job that keeps a roof over your head, like that's your passion.
Right. Yeah. And that's not something to like downgrade because that's more than what some people have.
Yeah,
Sure. So I'm really grateful. Before we move on to what we want to talk about this week, me and Antonio started, something that we've done during the hiatus.
This is gonna be so
weird.
Yeah,
because he wasn't there when we initially talked about it. But me and Antonio.
We're in a podcast. What time? Do you have time for anything else?
Barely, but
you barely.
Can I guess what it is?
Yes, try to guess.
You started did you start something?
Technically,
we started.
It's a class of some sort.
Y'all are teaching or learning?
Learning.
I'm so annoyed. I love learning stuff. Why the fuck didn't y'all ask me to learn something with you?
Well, we assume
Honestly,
you probably already know how to do this.
Yeah, honestly.
What is it?
I thought you wanted to guess.
Okay.
You get two. Let's give them 3 guesses.
Okay, 3.
Okay. You're learning something.
Yeah.
You're taking a course.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, like prompt engine.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You're way off.
Something that I would know how to do. I don't know how to do shit.
Okay, let's
Not podcast related. We'll say that.
All right. So the hint I'll give you is that it's something physical.
Yes.
It's a physical act.
Physical act. Karate.
That would be
no,
cool.
but that's a good guess. But no.
Yeah.
It's physical.
Physical.
All right. I'm gonna give him one more hint.
Mm-hmm.
Masseuse.
I was gonna give you a hint. Okay. Scrap that.
Okay. Wait.
Masseuse. No. I would
I
get
thought you were
in
going to
Oh my
massage
God.
school.
I would get in trouble with that. I can't do that. Yeah. So I'll give you one hint. It's a stereotype based on our skin color. We're trying to learn.
Basketball?
Well, I mean,
I know how to play
but he
basketball.
knows how to play. So,
All right. So he fucked up his guesses.
Yeah.
So
we're learning how to swim.
Yes.
Learning how to swim?
We're taking
Yes.
actual swim classes.
Like, we went to the pool one day. You were out of town. Or was
Oh, he was in Mexico. I think he was in
Yeah,
Mexico.
we were in Mexico.
Okay.
We went to this pool, and we were, like, the only one in the group, only 2 people in the group that didn't know how to swim.
Okay.
So we were just talking, and I think Antonio was like, I really want to take swim lessons. And I was like, me too. It's something that I actually want to do.
Yeah.
So we just, from that day, we just kind of like,
We found a place. It was really
Googled
cheap.
and-
It's actually only $40 for 8 classes.
yeah, $40 for 8
Wow.
classes.
And
yeah.
all you need is 8 probably.
Yeah, I think we should be.
hopefully.
So we started this week.
Yeah,
taking,
it just started.
We're going every Tuesday and Thursday, and we've actually learned. We both gotten better with our swimming ability. We can't survive just yet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Are y'all taking the class with kids?
No.
No, it's an adult class.
Oh, it's an adult?
I would not be with kids. That
Yeah,
is-
that-
Are there any fine swim class? Or what about the instructor?
the instructors are like 20-year-old.
Yeah, they're really
kids.
young.
They're kids.
Is it like the
19,
YMCA?
20. It's like a community center.
Yeah,
Indoor
it's
pool.
near Love Field Airport.
Yeah.
It's just like a little aquatic center. It's nice. It's basic, but it's fine.
Yeah.
The teachers are all 20-year-old,
Yeah.
just out of high school, but they're super nice. There's nobody really attractive that we're like. It's just all adults trying to swim.
No.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
there's
why my
one
mind
like
automatically went
Middle
there.
Eastern guy.
He's nice.
He's really friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's struggling a bit in the class. We
Oh,
will
really?
say that.
Yeah.
But
Are either of y'all like the star pupil or are
No,
y'all kind of like
no.
middle of the back?
I would tell you, like, it's a lot of black and brown people in this class.
Actually, it's all black and brown. There's a couple white.
There's some,
but it's
yeah.
predominantly black and
Yeah,
brown.
predominantly. So it's like, man, like maybe this stereotype is like really a thing.
Well, no, there is some science behind it to like where back in the day, like a lot of inner cities, if they had pools, at one point, a lot of those pools were taken out. They weren't maintained by the city and government. So there's just basically was a lack of access to a lot of black and brown areas to having pools. So that's why like people don't know how to swim because there was no access. So
Yeah.
So there's some actual science behind that a little bit.
And my goal is just to not be the only person in the friend group that can't swim.
Yeah, because I thought it was me for the longest. I thought I was the one.
And if I get thrown in a pool or something, I'm not freaking out because I know how to swim.
Guess
you
what?
know?
Next summer, I'm throwing both of y'all in the pool. I'm pushing y'all
We'll be
every time
ready.
you're by the edge.
No, we'll be ready.
You'll be ready.
We'll be ready. The first class, we learned how to float, and then we learned how to like use our legs
properly, yeah.
properly, and
And
then
we also got over the fear of putting our face
heads in the water.
Heads in the water.
I used to hate putting my head under the water.
Really?
That's because I always wear contacts, and I'm like, oh, my contacts are going to come right out if water like gets in my eye or something like that. So I just avoid it.
Wait, put your head under the water and you have to open your eyes?
Right. Or in general, just like I just didn't like putting my head under the water.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I got comfortable with that. And then the last session we just continued working on legs and starting to incorporate the arms a little bit. So it's coming along.
I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you.
And that's cool. And I get why y'all didn't ask me.
Can you swim?
I can swim, but I could probably learn some stuff from your class, honestly.
Well, to be fair, the instructors aren't like amazing.
No.
They're not bad. They're just not like, all right, we're going to do this. And they just kind of like float around. And if you need help, I mean, they'll help you, but it's kind of very loose.
Yeah.
So,
The class is very pace is what they call it. So
it's also only $40. So
yeah, it's
kind
also
of get what you pay for.
So it kind of like they explain to you and help you,
and then you just try it.
And then you just try it. You just keep doing it over and over again until you are ready to move on to whatever else they want to teach you.
I like that because I don't want to be like, all right, we got 30 minutes here. I want to just do it, keep practicing, and get better at it, and then add some more next session. So
I'm actually more comfortable in the water than I ever have been.
Really?
Yeah, we both
just
are.
after the first 2 sessions that we've had. So it's been really fun.
So, I mean, were y'all uncomfortable in the water if you were like, if it was kind of shallow and maybe there's a deeper end, you had some that fear in your head?
I needed to grab something or I needed a floaty because if I'm on my tippy toes, I'm like, all right, hey, get help. I need to get back to where I can grab something. So yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm proud of y'all.
Thank
That's
you.
cool. It's a freedom to know how to swim that you don't even think about.
It is a freedom because I love being in the water, but not knowing what to do in the water, that part sucks. So now that we know what to do a little more now, I feel better.
Right. We have more,
control,
more of an idea of what's going on.
Absolutely.
And you're finna go on a cruise too, so.
Yeah, I'm going on a cruise too. So.
I would never go on a cruise if I didn't know how to swim. That sounds
I mean, it's not like
I
have to get in the ocean at any point, but if we make a stop and we go to a beach and I want to like go towards the water, like, I want to make sure I'm okay, So yeah, it's been a fun experience, and we should be vlogging this
journey,
but it's kind of hard when we're in the water the whole time.
Yeah, maybe I could be the cameraman.
Yeah, I don't know if they let
music.
guests come in, but I don't see why they wouldn't. But
this is basically like a recap episode of our 2 months off. This is kind of a recap episode.
I mean,
which is fine.
What it feels like.
We had a recap of what this episode was going to be, but this has been 40 minutes of a recap so far, which is fine.
We needed to catch up, and honestly, our topic does kind of tie into like what we've been doing because it's about like what we're planning on doing.
True.
Yeah, and it's like, what will we conquer next? We're gonna conquer swimming. I mean, neither one of you can cook, so maybe we can like have some type of cooking class.
Okay, hold on.
Shots fired for no reason.
You never had my spaghetti. My spaghetti kills.
Just because I choose not to cook doesn't mean I can't cook.
Well, fair.
I can whip something up right now.
What's you guys' signature dish?
I don't really have one.
But
I don't enjoy
you
cooking.
just mentioned your spaghetti, so it's your
fire,
spaghetti.
But like, I guess that's it. But it sounds so basic.
But why is your spaghetti fire? What do you do different?
I like a little spice to it. I love thin noodles. It's just the perfect ratio of meat, sauce, a little heat to it. I like to add a little extra seasoning, not like over seasoned, but just a little special spices to it. But just making sure that the meat, like I might use turkey meat instead of ground beef. Just making sure it's really the sauce.
I know, right?
I mean, yeah, it's not groundbreaking, but it's really just the sauce and the meat that makes it. The noodles are just the noodles, but
we'd like to try it.
Yeah,
we could have a let me finish potluck.
Yeah,
I have to.
Or a competition. The cooking competition. Bring your best dish where people come and taste our food, and
we should do that. We should
do
a little.
That's a good idea. But wouldn't we have to like cook the same thing to like really have a fair competition?
No, not necessarily.
But it's like if somebody's testing it and they like something sweet and you made something sweet,
So we're just talking about like a let me finish potluck, basically,
right?
Which is fine. Like I do that.
And it has to be competitive.
We're competitive, of course. I've been competing with Antonio in his swimming lessons the entire time.
Who's doing better?
What?
No,
I thought we were just learning.
I'm joking.
He's over here tallying up.
No. Damn, he learned how to float faster than I could.
He kept his face under the water the whole time.
I'm just trying to survive, and he's over here trying to compete with me.
No, what's your signature dish, Greg?
Signature dish, chili.
You can really hear that lisp we all have.
Oh,
we haven't talked on the mic in a while. Yeah. We're all kind of it's been a while.
You said what's yours?
Chili.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just put it in a crock pot. Ooh, I make it spicy too.
Is your chili with beans or without beans?
I was gonna ask.
With beans, 100%.
It's not real chili if it has beans.
What?
Yeah.
Why do people fight about that? You have to have beans in your chili.
I don't like beans.
So you don't like beans?
I hate beans.
So it's just meat and sauce. That's not chili.
I don't know if I've ever had chili without beans.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, at Wendy's, do they have beans in there?
Yeah, they do. They have beans in their chili. Yeah.
Wendy's.
So you can't go to Wendy's and get chili?
I mean, I can, but I don't eat beans. So
I can't eat fast food chili. It's got to be home cooked.
My mom would make homemade chili, and she would always make a pot that didn't have beans in it. Because
a lot of people do that because a lot of people don't like beans, so that's pretty common. But I would prefer beans because good fiber, good for you. So what's your signature dish, Dom? Since you
put us on the spot.
I make y'all know I love Italian food. That's probably like my
You've
number
never
one style of
You've
food
never
that
mentioned
I love.
Italian food in front of us.
Yeah, I
Ever.
love Italian food.
Yeah,
That was,
you've never suggested Italian.
that was
You've
my
never-
that was my guess. Like, remember we did the couples thing, and you were like, "What's his favorite type of food?"
And you said Italian?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to listen to that episode again.
Yeah, but also you've never said, "Hey, let's go to Maggiano's," or
I'm sorry,
You've never said let's go to Olive Garden.
because Mexican has been the standard for these.
no. But for you, like you could be like, "Hey, why don't we do this?" And
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
that's
I'll
what I
do
meant.
that. Yeah,
You should.
for sure.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
I would
I'll
never
do
say
that.
no to Italian.
I love pasta. Who doesn't love pasta?
Yeah,
Bread?
so I made a really good lasagna probably like a couple of months ago. I made it from scratch. I've never made a lasagna
Ooh.
from scratch before.
That's impressive
Really?
from scratch.
Yes, that is very
but
impressive.
it was very good. And then I made a baked ziti a few months ago.
I love baked ziti.
Me too.
I
It was
going
really
on
good.
record. I love baked ziti.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, and so I love those are probably two that I can probably whip up with no issues. I make a really good pasta salad.
Ooh,
I love
pasta
pasta
salad. I have a good recipe for pasta salad.
I don't
and
like
it's
pasta
fire.
salad.
I don't like pasta salad.
Is it because the pasta's cold? You don't like cold
Yeah,
pasta?
it just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
I just it doesn't resonate with my taste buds. And
It's-
Didn't
so
you
good.
bring a macaroni salad?
that was from the store.
Okay,
I didn't make that shit.
but you didn't plan to eat any of it.
no,
Oh,
like
okay.
you.
Why wouldn't you get something that you want to eat though?
Right.
I think it was like one of those things where like it was the only thing left. So I'm like, I guess I'll bring this. Maybe somebody eat it. Nobody ate it. So
Oh, okay.
I feel like I did.
It got thrown
Where?
out.
What party was that at?
Oh,
was that at the birthday thing for
Yeah,
me?
your birthday thing.
Yeah, it was something. I walked past it in the aisle. I'm like, somebody ate it, and nobody ate it. So
Yeah,
it was too much
See
food.
it out.
I think you put it up. He like put it up.
Yeah, I came late. I didn't get any food. I got a lot of chips though.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's dive into what we're gonna talk about.
45 minutes later.
45 minutes
45
in.
minutes later.
we have
We had a
14
lot-
minutes to talk
Everybody
about the
wanted to know what we were doing while we were gone. So
I hope they did.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
And
We
lights-
we probably went long on fantasy football.
I'll chop that up a little bit for the people. Yeah, so it's getting colder outside, and fall time is here.
Sweater weather.
Yes, and just today walked outside my door and 60 degrees.
Crazy.
And it came like out of nowhere, it feels like. It didn't, and like 2 days ago it was 90, right?
Yeah, and I'm hating like every moment of it.
No, I love, to me, like, as far as, I'm not a fashion guy, but to me, I dress the best in the fall because, like, that light hoodie, light jacket.
Oh,
is,
me
like,
too.
That's my jam.
Same.
Me too.
That's
I'm
my
right there
swag.
with you.
I'm going to be looking
I'm
on
the same.
point this fall. Like, my fall wardrobe is deeper than my summer wardrobe.
Same.
I need
I'm-
to work on that.
I'm
yeah.
a flannel guy.
Oh,
Like,
through and through.
love
I got so
flannels.
many nice flowy like button downs.
Are y'all lesbians?
I do have lesbian tendencies. I do.
Is that a thing? Do lesbians wear a lot of
Yes.
flannels?
Yeah.
Yes.
We haven't had the lesbian episode yet, so
I know.
I can't ask one face to face yet.
We have to find one, though. Where do you
We have
No,
to
I
find
have one.
Oh,
I have one.
I was like, we can go to Sue Ellen's and just like be like, hey, we got a
oh
podcast.
my gosh, chill,
We go to Sue Ellen's.
chill out. No,
Bob.
I have one, so
Okay.
it's okay.
Oh, can we talk about one thing that's fall related?
yeah.
Our favorite strip club that's literally 2 blocks away from me, right? I could walk there.
I've never been.
They opened a, all male strip club about a year ago now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I failed the company because the bar, because I live so close. There was no reason for me not to be there at least one time a week,
Mm-hmm.
Getting out 21s, having a budget, but instead I went like 4 times.
Yeah.
But they are opening an Eagle there. That location. Did you know that?
At that location?
At that location.
That location is so small.
Oh, it's big. No, it has some room. I mean, it's not like the Eagle of before. That
Yeah,
was like an old warehouse.
Yeah, that's
that
what
was
I'm like-
humongous. I've never been to. There's no gay
That's
bar in
crazy.
Dallas that big.
All right, so for someone who's not been
I mean,
to the View,
S4
Oh,
is probably
true.
the
Yeah.
S4 is huge, but
Huge.
for someone who's not been to the View, which is closing, compared to the old Eagle, is it same size overall?
No.
It's smaller?
it's smaller.
It's smaller.
Oh,
It's definitely different energy too, because it's
Yeah.
just a building. It's not like the.
it's just big open space.
Huge.
There's no
open
patio there either. at the View.
No, there's not. They got a weak patio. Yeah, they
So,
do.
So-
remember when the Eagle first closed, it was rumored to move in that area when
Right.
it first, and then it just stopped hearing about it. So, I mean, personally, I don't care about either because I'm not going to either or. But
And then there
I'm
was
going
a
to the
rumor
Eagle.
that the Eagle was opening in Fort Worth.
so I guess maybe Fort Worth and Dallas are both getting one. I guess.
Okay, well,
But we know this one is official because apparently even there's an Eagle social media page that's like we're coming. So I guess.
But
it's
they
like
blurred
official.
out the address. Like they haven't like
even
revealed yet.
Yeah.
And for the listeners out there who aren't familiar with what we're talking about, the Eagle is a gay leather bar that used to be here in the Dallas area that we would frequent back in the day, a couple of years, and then they closed during the pandemic. And the reason they closed is because they were doing renovations, is what they said, and then it just decided not to open at that location again, so it just never opened. So it's been closed for a couple of years now, and now they just announced that they're coming back. So we'll see if the Eagle will be successful. Do you guys miss the Eagle at all?
I do miss it because it was like kind of an alternative to the Hidden Door, where you could like take your shirt off, and like the drinks were definitely weaker, but it was just bigger. You know, it had this kind of like wilder quality.
Yeah.
Which was kind of fun if you were in the right mood, especially if you were like drunk. That was a place to end up. You know,
you definitely were going to see some things at the Eagle. That's why I like to people watch. And that's one of the bars you can get some of the best people watching in.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I had my fun there back in the day. I don't know if this current version of Antonio would enjoy it as I used to because I'm just not in the same place. But I would, when it opens, I'll go. Oh, no. Oh, no, listen. Listen, let's not lie. I'll go, but I won't be as frequent as before because, I'm a little bit somewhat removed from certain people and certain things. So, yeah.
And it's kind of sad that the other bar had to close. I feel like I don't know why it's so hard here in the Dallas area. Like whenever a new bar opens, like people support it for like the first couple of weeks and then months. And then after that, they end up closing. I don't know. I guess people are just so like used to the bars that they normally go to and stuff that they don't give other bars a chance.
I think it's two things. I think one is location because having the strip there and having most of the bars predominantly at the strip, even the Hidden Door is like not far from the strip.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The problem is you get so accustomed to just going in a couple little radius. So when you have to go outside the boundaries, that throws off a lot of people, one. Number two, I think I look at it as a lot of the gay community, a lot of it becomes redundant. Like I don't like redundancy, but a lot of people do, which is fine.
Seeing the same people going out, right?
Yeah, so you kind of get used to, you know what this bar is, you know what to expect, you know what time to go. And I think it is hard for new bars to break in because people don't know when is a good time to go, who's going to be there, is it a Sunday place, is it a Saturday place? So I think it's just hard for people to get out of the normal routine to like throw something new in. So I think location-wise, they have to fight that battle of where they're at location and will people be willing to make that commute over there?
Should Grapevine be worried because then aren't they moving to?
But they're not a gay bar.
Where Red Vines was or something.
Really? I didn't know that.
But they're not a gay bar, so I don't think they have the same worry because they don't have a 100% gay following. They have a mixed crowd, so it's just
I guess that's right.
Yeah, it's mixed.
Yeah, I think the gay bars have that issue because we like where our bars are at. We like to be able to walk and take a quick 5-minute Uber. But when you take a 5-minute Uber and make it 10-15 minutes, that changes.
And we like to bar hop. So if you can't go to the next bar, if this bar is lame, then it's kind of like it limits you. But I mean, it's worked for the Hidden Door.
Yeah.
Granted, they're not too far away.
That's the thing about it. Yeah. But if you take an Uber out to where the Eagle's supposed to be at and it's like trash, you've already spent on a Friday, Saturday night, you're already out $30 just one way. So then you're kind of like, oh, well.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll work for the Eagle then because we did kind of take a Uber ride to the Eagle. The old
and
Eagle
they were a
was
little
not
bit.
like, it was off the grid.
But that was even further off. That's the thing about it now because
for some people, it's further off.
For some people.
For others, it's right around, yes. I'll be there, I don't know, more than the View, I'll say, probably. And I'm going to suggest it every time. You're going to suggest Italian food, and I'm going to be like, yeah, and then after that, we can go to the Eagle.
Oh, gosh.
If you go, I'll go, Greg.
Okay.
Okay. Just so the listeners out there, I don't know if we made it clear that what we're talking about this week are just things that are happening this fall and stuff that we're looking forward to during the fall. I don't think we made that clear. We just kind of started talking. But what are some things you guys, other than the Eagle opening, what is something else that you guys looking forward to this fall?
Let me speak on that first. So for me personally, things I'm looking forward to is I have a lot of potential work opportunities outside of my regular job. Basically, I freelanced for 2 years, and I have a regular full-time job since March of this year, but I still keep in contact with a lot of former clients. So I have a lot of potential opportunities that I can't speak about yet, but I'm excited about because at this stage of my life, I get more excited.
Secret projects.
Well, it's not secret. I'm a little bit, what's the word?
You don't want to jinx it?
Yeah. I get afraid if I mention something too early specifically, it does jinx it because I feel like I've done that.
Oh, I'm the same way.
I'm the same way. The things I've told people I'm going to do.
And then it just falls apart.
If I interview for something, like...
You won't know about it. Until I get the job, it's like, oh, I got a job, by the way. Yeah. Right. So there's just some potential things that could be in the works that are, for me, exciting fun projects. Because one thing is, you mentioned earlier, Dom, about, like, with your job as far as trying to find that excitement and what you want to do passion-wise. So the one thing is, we talked about it last season, but I turned my passion into my career, which is great. But I'm now getting back to the point where I'm still finding the joy in it by doing stuff outside of work, photography related. Right. Specifically with my drone. So I'm trying to still find fun projects I like to work on and hopefully I get paid for it to kind of balance that out because my passion is not my 9 to 5. Not 9 to 5, but it's my.
That's exciting.
Can you tell us what industry? Is it in the photography industry?
No, it's all, I don't want to do anything outside of photography.
Okay, good.
It's all like something drone, camera related. It's all within that realm. So.
Okay. Cool. I just didn't know if you were taking that sound engineer thing seriously.
Oh, like music videos.
But you never know because, again, the whole thing with manifestation, like maybe in a year or two, I could be the audio engineer for somebody else's podcast, just the audio engineer.
You got to put together a trailer for our podcast.
Yeah, we got to start recording some stuff, like getting some behind the scenes stuff, because I'm doing a YouTube page for our podcast, and I have nothing to do right now.
I took over the Twitter, and I can't wait to start posting. I got us up to like 50 followers.
Hey, that's something. That's something.
But also we follow like 200 people, so
I would like to say that I've been working really hard on the TikTok and the IG. And putting these videos together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to post a lot more videos before we post this new episode just to get some more content on those pages. So, I'm excited. Looking forward to what the fall brings. One thing I'm looking forward to is haunted houses and Halloween. I'm so excited. I love this time of year. We're actually planning to go to the haunted house next weekend. So...
What night? Friday?
Open invitation if anybody.
I can do Friday.
If you guys want to come.
Yeah, let us know.
I'll send all the deets. But yeah, I love haunted houses. I just love spooky season.
I love spooky season, and we haven't. Both of us were like kind of 70s guys last year for Halloween.
Yes.
Have y'all thought about a costume for Halloween?
No. Maybe we should do something as a group.
I mean, besides just going to the strip.
Yeah. What if we like sexy SWAT or something?
What?
SWAT, like police officers, like
that's so.
Oh
like
yeah,
firefighters.
We should do FBI. Ooh, I like firefighters. That's sexy.
That'd be cool.
I'll be honest. I don't get excited about dressing up, but if y'all come up with if you guys as a group come up with an idea, I will participate.
To the list of stuff.
We could do firefighters and then like put makeup on us to look like we just came out of a burning building, so we're like kind of like covered in soot.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, let's add that. And one thing that we did, I don't know if it's going to be a tradition, but I would love to carve pumpkins.
That was actually fun. We should, we could do that again. That'd be cool too.
I think I won that competition.
I don't think it was a competition.
I don't think we.
But if you want to make it a competition, we can make it.
Let's go then.
Well, apparently we know Dom does it in his head without telling us. So
yeah, you knew it was a competition.
If Dom's in it, it's a competition.
Yeah.
You're over here trying to swim faster than Antonio. You knew it was a competition.
Oh my god,
he was doing that too. That's why you were doing that.
Oh my god,
he's been showing me up the entire time.
Side note, I had a little gathering at our place last weekend. We invited a couple of friends to come eat and just play a couple of games and stuff. I wiped the floor with Antonio.
What game?
In everything we played in Mortal Kombat, and 2K.
Wow.
Didn't stand a chance.
Let's provide some context. All right. So, number one, I don't own 2K. So, this is my first time picking up the sticks on the PS5 to play 2K24. I have never played the game. Dom plays with the same team all the time. He's got home court. He won't let me get home court advantage. It's unfair. So, he's got a heads up on that, right? So, Mortal Kombat. We both downloaded Mortal Kombat. I was gone at Amarillo for a week, so I downloaded the game and I had to leave. So, Dom has had practice in all these games.
How much did you practice, Dom?
He's played 60 online games. Am I correct?
No, not
Mortal
60.
Kombat.
No, I have not.
You said you were like 10 and Maybe 30.
I said I was 10 and 17.
Okay, so you played almost 30 online games. I have 0, so you have a much bigger advantage. So
Cue the little violin for these excuses that Antonio's bringing up. Just take your L, and then this fall, download 2K, go practice on your old ones, and then come back, and then we'll be ready to go again.
I'm gonna get 2K. I'm gonna get Atlanta, Trae Young, and we're gonna beat that ass.
Okay, fine. We'll see. We'll
Who do you got on your team?
I play with Memphis,
Okay.
the basketball team.
Yeah, so Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks is gone.
Yeah.
I know. But he's on the game?
No, I don't think so.
He's in Houston.
Bane, Derrick Rose,
Nice.
Young.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a pretty lit roster.
I like
right
it.
now. So
I'm coming back this fall. Okay, this fall, that's what I want to do. I want to beat Dom at 2K24.
that's Antonio's goal. Everyone.
That's the goal. Manifest it. Put it in your bio.
What else do we feel about the fall? How do you guys feel about pumpkin spice taking over?
Get that shit out of here.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I haven't seen it yet a lot.
What do you mean? It's everywhere.
I feel like people are post that, you know?
No, it's
Do you think
everywhere.
people are still all about, I did have some pumpkin spice Oreos. And
I
that was
think
like
pumpkin is really
It's overrated.
It's like a white thing. I feel like
It's good.
I don't feel a lot of black people like being crave about like pumpkin flavored stuff.
I think people don't post it as much. You're right about that. People don't post about it because it's so normal. But I just know the retailers, they start to put it out like early September. So you start seeing it everywhere. Like Trader Joe's, they have pumpkin everything. And it's kind of gross. Like they have pumpkin beef patties.
That is crazy.
And I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah,
So-
you're
You guys
wrong
eat
for that, Trader Joe's. What?
Pumpkin pie, was that a staple?
Yeah, for sure.
Family
Yeah,
gatherings?
pumpkin pie was like, always had pumpkin pie.
What
So
about
this
you,
is-
Antonio?
This is funny. I don't like talking about race anymore, but the pumpkin versus sweet potato argument, that is strictly a race thing because I don't know any black family growing up that had pumpkin.
Yeah, we never had pumpkin pie.
It was just never.
Really?
No, it was
Yeah.
just.
But
nobody-
sweet potato pie
Yeah.
was a
Yeah,
thing.
always sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
What
don't.
other
I don't think I
Nice.
even had sweet potato pie.
And they're not that far in taste, to be honest. Like if you have
I
both,
wouldn't know. I've never had pumpkin.
yeah.
Wow, that's the
pies-
tasting we need to have.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
I do love making sweet potato pies.
Okay.
So for this fall, I don't know what everybody's. I'm shimming.
Didn't you make one at that Christmas party that you all had that one time? Didn't you make it? You made a pie.
I made a couple because the first one got destroyed. Something happened to it, so I made a couple. I did make. Yeah.
I remember.
That was right before.
I don't think I tasted it.
The
though.
break.
I'm not a
I
pie
don't
person.
think I tasted it either.
Were you there? You were there. Everybody was
Oh,
there.
I
Yeah.
was there. Yeah,
Everybody
I
was there.
stayed late.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some pies this fall. I do like the food of fall. The fall is good for eating.
Yeah.
Just the vibe, the
There's a
energy,
vibe.
the food.
It's chill.
Just this last Sunday, I feel like I was just like daydreaming about Thanksgiving. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite holidays.
Same.
It is one of the better ones for sure.
Same.
Because it's chill. Not all the families here. My siblings like sometimes come, but sometimes don't. So sometimes it's just me, my parents, aunts and uncles and shit. But then I feel very like, oh, they'd be a lot happier if I had kids. But it's always chill. Like I don't have to deal with siblings, and I
Yeah.
get like all the food to myself.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. So.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays for sure. Just the family aspect, and it's kind of sad because I don't get to go home that much. And I'm not going home this year for Thanksgiving, but I've been really blessed to have like really good friends around me that like always invite me to come over for like a Friendsgiving or
Those are always
invited
fun.
to their family Thanksgiving, and it's always been one of my favorite holidays for sure. This is how I like to eat, and I like to be around people.
Yeah, and I like to take naps.
I think also with the fall, I feel like time speeds up a little bit because it just feels like October. You know what it is? Because there's something every month from like Halloween in October, Thanksgiving in November, and then Christmas in December. I feel like the time just speeds up. You also feel like you get more time off work the last couple months of the year.
Work slows down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
The
it
month of
just-
December, I'm gonna be able to catch up on some like home stuff. You know.
It feels like life kind of like it kind of feeds into like the reset of New Year's because life just kind of slows down because typically we all get time off for Christmas and whatnot. So I think just life just kind of slows down a little bit. It gets dark early. I sleep better. Just this time of the year it's nice to get ready for next year. Like regenerate a little bit.
Right.
If you want to see it that way.
Yeah, and also think about like what have you accomplished this year?
Yeah.
Like resetting priorities and
That's
like
true.
kind of focusing back on like how do I get on track if I'm trying to accomplish this goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like the spirit of like holidays. Like
People are happy.
watching cheesy Christmas movies or
Hallmark,
like Halloween
yeah.
movies and
I don't
stuff.
like
Like I
any of
just
that.
like the cheesiness of it all. I
actually
think
don't like
that's the one part that's like I'm glad I have a niece that I can spoil and I can show her all the holiday movies and Halloween stuff. But it's like, man, like if you did have a child, this is probably like the best time of the year.
So
you know?
we can add to the list of what Antonio doesn't like.
Don't say Thanksgiving or Christmas.
No,
Or
wait.
Secret Santa.
It's very specific. I hate holiday themed movies. I hate them.
There's some classics. I was about to ask, what's your favorite like Halloween movie? What's your favorite like Christmas movie? There's not really any Thanksgiving movie.
My favorite Halloween movie is probably the Scream series.
Okay.
I loved all the Scream movies. I love a cheesy slasher.
Yeah.
Probably The Faculty is probably one of my like
I love The Faculty.
90s like horror slasher flick that even though it was like sci-fi, it was before its time. That's probably my favorite Halloween one. Everybody knows I love True Blood. I watch it every October. And then my favorite Christmas movie is Elf.
Elf, that's a classic. That's
Love
a new
Elf.
classic. I just like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
With Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Some of those are good, like the one where Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home Alone is good.
I do enjoy that because it's not like it's themed around Christmas, but it's not a traditional Christmas movie. So there's a couple I like, but generally speaking, I don't like them. But some of those slip through the cracks every now and then. So.
Are there any you dislike? Even Halloween? Or any?
Well, I'm not a horror movie guy, so I don't really like anything that deals with horror. Like, you know what it is? Okay, so for horror, what I figured out years ago is I've only ever seen horror slasher movies if somebody invites me. So if you invite me, I will go, but I will never on my own accord say, hey, let's go see Saw number 8 or whatever. Right. But I will watch them. You have to invite me.
They're on like Shaw 20 at this
I
point.
can't keep up.
Yeah, there's a Saw in theater right now.
I didn't realize when it came out.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. So.
Oh, speaking of movies, Alamo Drafthouse is really close to me, and I did this thing where it's like $21 a month, and you can go on a movie a day basically, and it's part of the subscription, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could potentially go to like 30 movies in a month, and all I pay is $20.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Okay, that's really cool.
And I want to like actually go, even if I go by myself, you know, like because it's just like that's something that's missing. Me being like going to see a movie, no phone, right? Just giving my focus to something that's just like maybe worthwhile.
Yeah.
But I saw a movie yesterday. It was pretty good.
What'd you see?
Dumb Money.
It's like an older movie because I know they show like classic films there.
Oh no, this is a new movie and it's about like the GameStop, the meme stock when they drove up in the Robin Hood Act, the short sale or whatever. It was good. It was like kind of like The Social Network. You know, it was really funny. There was a good cast and it was like very current. Like it was all set when it happened during like COVID time.
Like 2 years ago.
So everybody's like wearing masks and they do like congressional testimony and somebody's on mute. It's Seth Rogen. So it's pretty dope. It's interesting. And I was like the whole time like I don't know anything about stocks, but you come away with kind of an understanding of them.
Random. I just made my first ever like legit investment in something stock wise.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
do you want to share?
Yeah. So there's I don't know if you've had it, Don, but I think you've had it. Zalat Pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I order from there because some of the best pizza in Dallas, and they just started opening up to have shares of their stock to be sold. So I bought like 100 shares of stock the other day.
Nice.
Through an app called Start Engine. So I think like my first legit official investment in something. And
That's dope. How did you even hear about that?
Yeah.
So I guess whenever you order from them, you're on their email list, and they just sent a random email like a month ago saying that, hey, you know, we're opening up, you know, shares of stock. And I'm like, I like the pizza. It was like $4 a share. So I'm like, I dropped $400 on it. And I'm like, you know, I do like the pizza. I see they're growing at DFW. And, you know, granted, stocks is a risk. You never know what could work, could work. But I like the food, and I feel
They
like
have good pizza.
They
And
do
like,
have
I don't
really
see
good
any
pizza.
reason why they couldn't expand and be in like other cities, other territories of the U.S. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's smart. Honestly, I need to put my money somewhere. But
And that could be a future sponsor one day.
you never know, yeah.
You know, you're already involved in the company.
Yeah, so this is my first official putting some money towards something. I do have an account with another financial company where I have money put in, and they kind of like, they take the money and just kind of spread it around, but I don't know how that works fully, but I don't touch the money. So, but this is my first official, like I'm buying shares of stock into something. So
That's really cool.
So my fall is about improvement.
You know, one thing that I'm excited for this fall,
What?
candles.
Candles?
Candles.
You know you can burn candles any time of the year.
I love candles, but
This feels like
the certain scents of
Okay,
candles
like
you can't
pumpkin.
get into the.
Like pumpkin.
I'm not. This
All
is a
right.
black household. I'm not having no pumpkin flavored anything.
Sweet potato flavored.
The sweet potato flavor, yeah.
This
I
feels
love
like
anything like apple and cinnamon and stuff, and this is the time of year you burn those candles.
All right, so to go back to season 1, this feels like knitting and puzzles part 2.0. This is like your knitting
because
and
I
puzzles
like candles. I didn't say that I was making candles.
I don't know. I mean, like, you might become passionate about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you should make some. Maybe
All
you
my
like
candle
your own
lovers
scent.
out there, sound off on the excitement you get when all the fall candles start coming out. There's certain scents that you can't get during the summer.
That is true.
You get a bunch of candy,
all year long they have
sugar.
like fall farm.
Actually, you can buy that any time of year.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
cinnamon.
If there's a particular candle you wait for every year,
You just got to dig for it. It's always on the shelf somewhere. It's just right now, it's on like the end cap. It's like, oh, grab it when you check out.
Right.
But let's not hate on Dom's candle.
Yes.
No, because it's real. Like
or my hobbies or stuff.
I
that I
know.
enjoy.
Sorry.
Like, you have your pies that you make over there. I have my cakes that I make.
True.
What does he make? Oh, pies.
Pies.
Got it.
Oh, yeah,
Say
yes,
your
people that are
pies.
pies. But I only make
And
it.
Antonio came over and he saw the puzzle briefly because it was
under-
Wait, this whole time you've only been working on one puzzle? The way you say the
it's
puzzle.
a big puzzle.
There's a reason why he's been working on one, because they don't have like a lot of space to work on it. So
Right.
it's actually at a desk. It's at where Memphis works on.
Yeah.
So it's currently, that table's being occupied. So it's under a working station. So.
But I'm almost done. I only have a few pieces.
How many pieces were in it originally?
1,000.
Oh, well, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna be like, this whole time that you've been puzzle making, you've only done not even one puzzle.
And the crazy thing
I
about
just
it
wasn't
is-
impressed.
No, the crazy thing about this is that when I was looking at puzzles, I was like, I'm not doing those small ass 300 piece, 200 piece, 500 piece puzzle. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Now you wish you had.
And now I'm like, man, I should have started off like something a little smaller. Because when you see 1,000 pieces in front of you, it's like, where do you start?
Yeah.
I mean, you would probably sit for an hour and try to just look for one connection, right?
Right. And you
That's-
have to,
no.
doing puzzles, you have to have a lot of patience. So
Yeah,
And
I don't have that.
and I'm almost done. I probably got just 20 so pieces left that I need to find. But yeah.
So shout out to you.
But at this point, they're actually like lost. Probably they're
They're in the
couch or
box.
something.
I
Oh,
have
okay,
them in the box. I
Yeah.
just haven't been able to finish it. But yeah.
So shout out to you and shout out to Dustin, because Dustin still loves puzzles and he talks about that. So
Yeah.
shout out to
When I
the
finish
puzzle
the
people.
puzzle is
Yeah.
gonna be posted on our Instagram page.
You know what? We should, because it's a thing. We should. I was
Yeah.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
no, what the
Post
fuck?
what?
My completed puzzle.
Oh yeah, I think we should. I'll
Because it's a
retweet that.
thing. We
Yeah, I
to-
have people that are listening that are invested in my journey of this puzzle life.
And you never know who we might
What
attract.
if it
and
goes
say, hey,
viral?
yeah.
There's a con for everything. There's probably a puzzle con out
I'm
there.
I'm sure. There's a con for everything. There really is.
I need to look that up. There's literally a con for everything.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a puzzle con. I'm sure there's even competitions.
We're not going with you though, but
We're not going with
Yeah.
you. I
We
hope
support
you know
you.
that, and I hope you know that we want to see pictures. We can post it on the socials too. But there's no. If it's even $5, it's still too much.
Why is that? Why?
Puzzle con?
Dom, we love you, we support you, but we're not coming.
Yeah,
We'll
all
support
have
you
our
from
different
afar,
thing. Yeah,
like-
yeah.
If you drop a photo, I'll like it. I'm not gonna
Wow.
repost it, but I will like it.
These
I
are
would
my-
like it. I
These
will
are my
comment maybe.
supportive co-hosts and friends. Everybody, I would come to see your comedy show or your improv or something that you were doing.
'Cause
I
those
would
are,
come and support you
in your drone.
in your pictures, photography.
It's just not fun
and
to
stuff.
watch.
He
though.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't want you to stand over his
I kinda
shoulder and
don't.
watch him take pictures.
That's okay.
It's actually weird. It makes it very uncomfortable.
Would you guys go to a Comic-Con or something like that?
Maybe if
I
it was
would go.
specifically I don't know. You said there's a con for everything. If it's something that I'm interested in. But
Yeah, there's
I-
going to be an episode in the future where we talk about what it's like to date a nerd.
Interesting.
Have you
I've
guys?
never dated a nerd.
Yeah, I consider myself a nerd, and I have people in my life, or my close friends. Some of them are big nerds, and
I'm like nerd light.
But you don't like this. You're nerdy about the things that you're passionate about,
Right.
but you're
Yeah.
not nerdy about the quintessential nerdy shit.
Yeah.
You know?
comics and D&D
Sci-fi,
and
yeah.
Yeah. So the
video
problem is
games.
I
or
don't fit
something.
into any specific box. That's my problem. And so no one can identify what I am.
So
Yeah.
you're
You're one of a
unique.
kind.
You're unique.
Yeah, I'm me.
Cool.
I'm not. There's a lot of Gregs out there, and society is worse for it.
No, Greg, you're also unique. Greg is Greg. I don't
There's
know anybody like
there's
Greg.
always a Greg.
Yeah, I don't know anybody
And
like
there's
Greg.
always a Chris, apparently.
There's always a Chris.
There's always a Chris or a John or
There's always a Chris or John, and Antonio's dating him.
Shut up.
But there's not too many of Dominiques out there.
Nope.
Shout out to all the Doms out there.
No, diamond in the rough, baby.
Any other fall things that you guys are looking for?
Well, yeah, Christmas. I mean, I guess New Year's.
Is that considered fall? I guess so.
Yeah, it is.
To me,
it's
I
like
thought-
the end of the year.
Yeah,
and
to
the
me, I
beginning.
kind of
It's
throw
like-
it in there. I
it's
feel
a-
like
it's a cusp.
yeah,
It is fun that it's all in such a quick succession. It can seem like a lot, too.
it comes back to back to back.
Yeah, but it is fun to go. I think the really funnest part of the fall is going from Christmas being all with your family, and then New Year's hopefully being all with your friends, where it's
Right.
just like
Turn
bam, bam, both of the people I love. You know?
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's a good balance, actually. Family and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm actually off the weekend of the whole week of New Year's this year coming up. So I am looking forward to it. I'm going to find something to do.
Yeah, I need to take off. I have like 5 days left and I have to use it. So maybe I should take a full week and I can finally like clean out closets and shit.
Yeah, why not?
It's nice to have a full
I'm
week.
not excited about the weather getting colder. I'm just, everybody knows me being anemic and stuff. so
Everyone knows that.
the cold weather is just, it's cold right now outside.
It feels
I was like,
so good.
I need a jacket.
It feels so good, listeners. I woke up and it's just chilly. It's 61 degrees.
That's gross.
It's 70
I got
degrees
to
right
open all my windows like for the first time in what feels like 9 months and let some of this like stank, stale air out, you know?
And get fresh air in.
Fresh air, yeah. Out with the old
Maybe
shit.
that's how that
Bad
works.
juju,
Out with the
yeah,
old air, in
Yeah.
with the new air.
now. Or maybe the
Yeah.
moldy air that I think I have in my apartment. Maybe I should open the window and let the moldy air out.
Oh, all right. Well, we
That's
missed
what
that.
you're doing wrong. You're not getting new air in there.
Apparently.
To catch us up, Antonio thinks that his apartment has mold
I mean,
problems.
if it's not one thing, it's
it's another.
Well, my bathtub doesn't drain properly. I've had to call him twice about that.
Oh, you left that out.
Antonio is the Karen of his apartment complex.
He really is.
No,
He's like, I
his-
think.
You know,
No,
my door
I-
handle wiggles a little bit.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
No,
This door is a little off the hinges.
Wait, is the mold
this
problem
is y'all's
affecting your
job.
ADD?
Y'all need to come and fix this.
I think it's
okay?
affecting my energy. But no, I the thing is, I went cheap in my last two places to save money, but because I don't like spending too much money on rent, and I think I've already started looking for my next apartment, even though I'm not moving until July. But no, I'm trying to be
You
proactive.
just moved into a new apartment.
But I'm not-
from
If
just
Antonio
moving
is
in.
going to do something, is not finishing a lease. Okay?
No. I'm not breaking the lease twice because I can't afford to do that. I can, but I'm not gonna do it. But I'm already looking because I want to make sure my next place research, find out everything I need to do. I want to know ahead of time because I kind of waited last minute to do the last one, which is why I ended up in a bad situation. So that's what I'm doing in the fall. I'm looking for apartments, even though I don't move till July 2024. Okay. I just want to know where I want to go, have it all settled. I want to know how much I got to pay for it. Like I'm already pricing out the iPhone 16 because I'm on 2 years of my iPhone. I'm gonna do 3 years and then buy a new one. So I'm already pricing out how much I need to save for it. So my big thing is planning.
I love
Generally
that.
speaking, planning everything.
I could learn a couple things from you, honestly.
Same. Yeah.
Write shit down. I'm writing everything down in my life right now on a sheet of paper right now.
I can budget. I may not be able to plan. I mean, I plan for stuff that I'm like very excited about. Like, like if I'm planning like a birthday trip or something, like I'll plan everything. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have a great time.
I'm the type that like doesn't do it until it's like burning building level of like now you have to do it.
It's
now.
gotta happen.
That
Yeah.
would drive me insane. That would drive me
I'm getting
insane.
better
I
at
couldn't
it,
do
but like writing it down doesn't help because like my notes app is just
Oh no.
crazy.
So the Notes app, I can't use the Notes app. I literally went out and bought a little thing
Notebook?
to write in. I can't.
Nobody
words.
uses millennial.
Words aren't working, but I'm literally writing stuff down on paper and I read it every day. So I have a couple different lists. I have like a list of what I accomplished from last year to now, things I want to accomplish the next year. Any idea I have, I'm like, oh, I want to do this, write it down. Because if I don't write it, it's a fleeting thought. It goes away. But if I write it down, it kind of like, it's a thing now, and I go back to it. So I'm writing everything down.
You
physically.
know, I got you guys notepads and pens.
Oh, wow.
And they
Where
didn't
is
even,
that
y'all don't
notepad?
even know where they
But
went.
we weren't a structured season 1 as a group. Let's be honest. So
I was structured.
Oh, well.
I feel like tooting my own horn.
I mean, yeah, you were structured, but towards the end, we were all unstructured.
I mean,
life was life in.
Yeah.
Life was life in.
yeah.
So we got to really like finish this season out strong.
I mean, we finished out the last season strong, but we have new mics now.
We have new mics if we haven't told you.
Yeah.
So this is why you can hopefully hear us crystal clear.
Yeah. So this season, it won't sound like I'm in the background talking, like trying to like speak into a mic over somebody's shoulder, because that's what I feel like I sounded like last season.
Yeah, you were definitely the third.
I
last
was,
season.
yeah,
For sure.
I was the side.
And we're excited for all of the guests that we have planned to come on this season.
Yep.
And we're going to include some video aspects. So we're going to make sure all of the YouTube page, IG, TikTok, and Twitter are all going to be on our social media accounts. So you guys can keep up with what we're doing. And we're
new
excited.
theme music.
And new theme music. If you're
Cheers.
listening to this episode, send us a message. Let us know how you love the theme music.
That we haven't picked yet.
Yes, bring in those questions you have. We're still going to incorporate the questions that we're going to do after every episode, and it also can be advice. So if you want us to give you some advice, send us an email, send us a message on any of our social media platforms, and you just might hear your
Changes, your
you may
feedback
hear it,
implemented. Yeah.
You may
Yeah.
just hear it on the podcast.
Speaking of email, so season 1, nobody had access to email except for Dom.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we got ready for season 2, we're all getting access to stuff, knowing how to access. So we got access to email, and there was an email that was not addressed on season 1 by one of our listeners.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
I want to address it because there was a narrative last season about me hating drag queens, and I want to address that.
Do you want to read the email?
I don't have it up right now. I can pull it up.
I think we
Yeah,
should.
pull
I
it
think we
up.
should read it. To
Yeah,
give
read
full
it. Read it
context.
It'll take
verbatim.
me 2 seconds. Give me a second to pull this email up. Because I know we're not a comedy podcast, but we joke, we have fun. But on a serious note, I just don't want people to misinterpret the way I feel about things. So I want to be particular how I talk about certain things on the podcast.
Yeah, it's important to remember that he's in his 30s, but he's kind of a cranky old man on the inside. So
Am I? Some people do call me that.
And we're gonna have an episode dedicated to all of the things Antonio said that he hated. We're gonna have an episode coming back to those things to see if he still feels the same.
That sounds like therapy. Are we
We're
doing a
gonna see
therapy
if
episode?
anything changed.
That's fair. Actually, because Dom is literally keeping a list of that, so Dom actually knows everything I said.
Yeah.
Did you add the stuff I said today about holiday movies?
Yeah, the holiday movies and dressing up for Halloween apparently.
wow, that list has got to be 50 long now.
That's a full episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I did find the email. I have a question for Antonio about his hatred for drag. I totally get what he's saying about the repetitiveness of drag shows. My wife got a Paramount Plus subscription. She's been binging RuPaul's Drag Race continuously and all. It is a huge dress up as girls lip syncing and dancing to pop music. I really enjoy watching it, but it does get a little bit repetitive. What I really enjoy about drag is the creativeness of the costumes and the characters they create. I found that there is the same creative in cosplay. So an attempt to bring Antonio back from the dark side, wow, I asked how he feels about cosplay. Which, what? No, that's actually a good question. So
Basically, I agree. What the email is saying is that he agrees with your stance on drag
being repetitive.
Which is fine. But how do you feel about cosplay?
It's never done anything for me. I would want to go, we just talked about going to
Comic-Con.
Yeah, I would go to that because I think it's fun to see people how they get excited about dressing up. Mm-hmm. Nothing against cosplay. It's not my thing. I wouldn't participate in it, but I would go to it. But it wouldn't be something I would go to every year. I have a friend in Atlanta. They go to a Dragon Con in Atlanta every year because they just enjoy the engagement of it, the people, the fun they're having. So yeah, nothing against cosplay, but I guess so let me clarify. I do not hate drag queens. I just want to reiterate that for season 2 because we're going into season 2 with all love.
All love.
Antonio hates nothing. I don't like a lot of stuff, but I don't hate anybody or anything.
Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We are back
with a bang.
With a bang, better than ever. This was so much fun. I can't wait to start the season and see how we blossom and go from here.
Yeah, it already feels like a new era.
Yes.
For Let Me Finish. So thanks for being along for the ride. We got more to come.
Thanks for sticking with us.
We'll see you next episode. Season 2 continues.
Perfect.